everybody, Captain Happy here, and I am coming with my third installment, but of the second round, I guess you could say, of Space Battles, and a couple helpful hints for what is called Assault Mode, in which you can either be on an attacking team or a defending team where you are supposed to defend generators. Now, considering how boldly you see our all-destroyer division here charging ahead, it's safe to assume we're on the attacking team. So I will start there. These are just some clips that I took examples of both. It's going to be pretty quick. It's not too complicated, these rules, despite what you see many players in the space battles actually doing or trying to do. So when you are assaulting, absolutely keys to remember, you go full steam ahead, you charge into the enemy, and remember, if ramming is an option, it is. I know it's counterintuitive as far as the game itself normally goes, but if you're on the attacking team and you have a chance to ram, it is absolutely a viable option because you, on the attacking team, get respawns. The defensive team does not, and it is absolutely important to take pieces off the table, as it were, if it's at all possible. So if you ram an enemy ship, they're gone for good, and you get to respawn. So remember that that's a viable tactic. The other part is in the initial phases of the attacking team side, you want to target enemy ships. Is the way they've set up the generators, they're hidden very well until you can get around the flanks or actually inside the generator line. So don't worry about that. The other thing I've seen teammates doing, and you can see in this shot here, the big station in the back, can't do a thing to it until all 4 generators are dead. So remember that, despite you can see it, and even if you get in range, your guns won't do a thing. So focus on enemies. Now, a little bit about this game in particular. I'm with some clanmates in a division of all destroyers, and as much as the Republique is a very good ship in game, and it's actually, it's a good ship in space battles too, it's nothing compared to the all destroyer, at least not in my experience. So this kind of a division with 3 people working together, it's overpowered. But that being said, what you're watching us do, so we slowed up a little bit there to avoid torpedoes. Other than that, just keep pushing. Go. Now, I don't think there's an example in this first game of ramming, but I've utilized it several times, and trust me when I say it is a valid tactic. Once you are able to kill, sometimes even just 2 of the defending ships, it makes your task a lot easier to accomplish. So getting rid of ships early, pushing in hard to get at the generators, that's the other aspect of the generators, is it buys the attacking team more time. So yes, you respawn, you start back at the beginning, and that makes it harder to get back in the fight. But if you're able to get to the generators, in the first place, and then you die, as long as you kill a generator or your team manages to, it buys you enough time to get back from the respawn. So here, I've cut it up a little bit. We've killed all 4 generators, and now we're working on the big station. That really is about it with attacking. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's amazing how many times, and I guess it hasn't been often, but we had during this series of games that me and my clanmates divisioned up for, we had one team where half the team went AFK after dying once because they didn't know you respawned. You respawn, so don't be afraid to lose your ship if in losing your ship you can kill an enemy, and don't go back to port if you die once, please. I know it seems simple and these are all rules that Wargaming has made clear, but as we all know, not every player reads the rules or understands the game mode before they go into it, and I certainly have found that out for sure. So, there goes the station. Hooray, victory. So we're going to move on here to a couple examples of defense. Now, defense isn't that much more complicated. In fact, you could say it's simpler than the attacking team. A number one thing to remember with defending is the exact opposite of the A number one thing to remember when attacking. Unless you're a destroyer, do not pass outside of your generator line. Now you can see in my shot there, and actually this is a really funny moment coming up here. Shooting at a Paris. Oh, hi Galaxy. Didn't think anyone would be shooting at you? Yeah, you might end up regretting that.
Enemy cruisers sunk.
Bye. But hey, on the bright side, he wasn't that far from his spawn, so that isn't that big of a disadvantage. So in the shot here, you can see in my screen, I can see 3 of our generators. Now, if you look at the mini-map, what our all-destroyer is doing in the north is absolutely the wrong thing to do. You do not push outside of the generator line. And actually, this game here, most of the ships, besides myself and one other cruiser, have actually pushed outside the generator line. And yes, we end up winning this game, but it's kind of fortuitous that we do, and not to put too much on my own shoulders, I played a very relevant part in us maintaining our defense. What you typically want to do is camp. Stay inside there because you regenerate your health. You regenerate your health slightly faster if you lose a ship or two or a generator. And that doesn't mean you want that to happen. You want everyone in a cluster. And actually the next game that I put up on here, you'll see a better example of great defensive teamwork where everyone camps, everyone sticks in there, because remember what I said about attacking. If you lose your ship, you're done. So even 1 or 2 ships sailing outside the generator line, exposing themselves to fire and dying, makes your task of defending much, much more difficult, and I've had a few games where it makes it impossible. So please, if you're defending, stay at home. Don't sail out, don't push out, don't try and force the issue with the enemy. Let them come to you, and kind of like this wily Norma here, which has my first 2 or 3 salvos treated differently than almost every other Norma I've shot at, and there was a nice Citadel. But let them come to your guns. Look at the makeup now, and now finally my team starts kind of making their way back home. Yet we still now have a Paris, along with that all-destroyer, who sailed way up into the north, and they're not going to be able to help defend if they're needed to. But you can see, and you'll see another couple examples here of the regeneration that happens when you're, especially in a battleship, sitting and camping. I mean, heck, I can almost sit totally broadside, and the amount of health I regenerate makes up for the damage I take, as long as I'm not being focused by more than 2 ships, I would say. And one of the things you'll see here, I'll be set on fire a couple times, and even with 2 fires burning, your regeneration happens at a rate where you don't really lose any HP. you don't gain, but you don't lose. So you can sit burning, and actually I do here, I think. Now maybe I hit my damage control, but I've let 2 fires burn as long as I'm sitting at home because it's not going to make a difference, and it's much better to save your damage control for when you might really need it, i.e. getting torpedoed. Um, that being said, really quick, my captain builds for the first round of space battles still totally applies. I still go very heavy with your consumable recharge captain skills. It helps out a lot. Certainly helps out a lot, I mean, on both ends of this, but the defensive side, without a doubt. That combined with the regeneration, you are very, very, very tanky, and it helps if what you're doing is sitting here and trying to defend. Now you see, we're about to lose B, but the only reason we'll lose B is this Paris is focusing it instead of focusing me, and that ends up being bad for him. But yeah, see, holy cow, 4 fires, it ended up not mattering, and we won that game. So last one, you will all recognize this map. They use this in the first mode, and the third one is yet to come, and boy, I can't wait. It's a torpedo beats mode. Should be a lot of fun, but I just wanted to get this out there, throw a few helpful hints, and let people in general, if you happen about this video, you'll have a good idea of what the basic principles are for assault mode. And when a team listens or a team follows these, it's success. I mean, I've had a great success rate when these principles are followed. So what I am going to do now, I kind of doubled up this video. I wanted to do my space battle hints really quick at the start and do a little bit of entertaining stuff at the end. So I put together some memorable moments from the regular game, not space battles, and if you came here for the space battles tips, when this is done, you can feel free to bail, or you can hang out and watch some of my funny moments. I'll put it this way, no commentary needed. I put a little bit of some funny text up there, and that's about it. It was just something. They're actually clips I've had hanging around for quite some time and wanted to get into a video. I did want to say I've been very excited to see the reception that these space videos have gotten on YouTube. My views have spiked with them, and it's very, very exciting to me. So I wanted to get another hints video out quick, but throw in these videos that I've had sitting, or these clips that I've had sitting around for a few weeks now. And last but not least, I will say we are getting very, very close to my pride and joy, the cinematic being completed. It's almost there. I've got a few little things to touch up, and then that will be along shortly. So I'm really, really excited about that. And hopefully it will be the type of thing that's received well. It's taken me a little bit longer than I anticipated, partially because I can't make up my mind, and hopefully it's not to the detriment of the video, but I can't make up my mind whether I want it to just be a cinematic or a part documentary, or what it is. But you guys will all see it when it comes out, and hopefully it'll be the type of thing that is, like I said, received really well. So with all that said, and with one more galaxy to meme with my secondaries to death, I invite you to sit back and relax and enjoy the following series of clips. This is Captain Happy signing off.
Surprise, motherfucker!